What's up, guys? This is Chris from GM Games, General Manager Games, gmgames.org. We cover sports management games, and at times we do first look videos. At least I do. I've had time for this one, and this is the new DDS Pro Basketball 26. And what we want to show is some of the new features here. It's for Windows PC, so just make note of that. And what we're looking at is we got updated dashboards. We got everything you can follow in the league, new details on players like NBA 2K. Player archetypes, it's saying, are new. So there's tendencies, their relationships, and whatnot. Um, AI with the apron and salary rules, it says here, realistic AI opponents, different approaches to your team and whatnot, improvements to the engine. And of course, you can link it up with the college game, which is really cool and all that. So, one thing you should note about this video is you're going to see the real logos, you're going to see the real player photos, but it's based on two things. Number one, in here, there's a mod that's called the real world mod, which gives you the the teams, the logos, and all that for being in the game. And then we do a player photo pack called the Pro Photo Pack from GM Games, where you can come and get that. And it also includes the staff and the non-owners. So that's the premier player photo pack as well, and you'll see that in this game. So with that in mind, let's jump into the actual product itself. So let's go to the main menu, and then I'll load up this game and we'll come back to what we're looking at here. So, here's your new load-in screen. Looks like you can import the league, obviously. You can do an update in a multiplayer league as a commissioner, so you got that option. I've already gone through. There's options at the beginning that you can choose from. The game comes with the real players themselves and ratings. You just need to add the actual photos and whatnot. So with the new league, we're not going to get into that, but what you can see there is there's a universe mode, like a god mode, a sandbox, a quick start, and then you can obviously make your GM, all that stuff you can expect out of a sports management game. So what I've done though, as I'm a Raptor fan in real life, I've made a save. I've gone through some days, but I want to show you exactly what's kind of happening. I didn't save anything, so we're actually at the beginning. We can go through some of the games. We can see some of the inbox and all that. So what are you looking at first off? What do you see? Well, there's a brand new horizontal menu at the top. It gets out of the approach from the left navigation menu. So then you can see that you can go through these teams quite easily. The menus seem quick. They're pretty crisp. They kind of flip in and out. You can see your overall overlay as you're clicking on different areas, and we'll get through some of these things in a second. Obviously your team stuff, that's stuff we got to go through, and I'll show you that because that's important in terms of your management. So with that in mind, this is your inbox. Let's see what kind of emails we just got. It's telling us about the scouting in the next year's drafts. So that's something that you can set in different regions to try to get more of a potential, the observation of what their potential would be. And then obviously the D League, which is what we call the G League, and that's the Raptors 905 in this case. You can go and do all that. Okay, so let's get into where are some of the examples of some of the photo mod coming in. I'm the GM, okay? Darko's still coach, haven't changed any of that. They got ratings. You can see what's going on with them. You can see my staff budget. You can see Darko's overall ratings here, what he makes per year, what his stats are, what his tendencies are, what his country is. And there's his photo from our pack. And then up after that, you can just take a look, let's say the roster itself. So if you're familiar with the Raptors, you can take a look at some of these guys. So look at this new player screen. So this kind of looks like NBA 2K now, some of the latest one. You have the gauge gradient. It's not gradient, but it's a gauge there going on. And then you can see all the different categorizations. You can see that this is the personality type. I guess maybe it's just more associated with the point guard, but you can see their tendencies. You can see that he doesn't care about playing time as much. You can see his relationships with the organization, with myself, with his teammates. You can see what players he gets along with. You can see him and Battle are getting along. Temple probably gets along with everybody. And then you got questionable relationships going on here if you want. You can see the contracts. You can see certain traits, badges, but floor ranges, this is pretty key. This is pretty interesting. I never really focused on this in the past either. So then you see when they do shoot the ball, you know exactly when it happens, where it happens, but the ball actions are interesting. So you can see the pass tendency where he's actually, you know, he dishes it off. When he keeps it to himself, what is he doing? There's certain styles of it, which probably reflect with the strategies that you go forward with. So then catch and shoot, drive and pass. You can see that that's all there with him. Under player profile, you get, of course, the scouting bio, you get the history of his stuff, you get the stats and game logs. So that's pretty straightforward. You do see they bring in the initial rosters the stats from their real life. So you can keep the almanac of statistics and league leaders being pretty accurate, feeling like the pro game that you can just pick up and take off with that. Let's see some other guys. We got, you know, Jamal Shed. Of course, let's just show how nice the photos look on the player cards for now. You got Temple, Jacoby Walter, Ochai, Scotty Barnes. You can see that his potential rating is there, all that good stuff. RJ, his contract's winding down. Could be a good potential trade market for him. Jamison Battle can shoot the threes. It's got a lot of outside shooting. So I was at 80 there on his stats. Grady Dick. Ingram, who's going to be the nice touch to the lineup. Lawson is looking like that 15th guy. Mamu, Sandro, the Georgian, and then you know, Mogul, and then of course the draft pick Murray Boyles, CMB, and Yak. Okay, so that just shows you going through the lineup. Now, if we were to go through the rosters, that's well, that is the screen we were just at. You can see what's going on here. Maybe with the depth chart though, let's make sure we got the right lineups. If we do simulation of some games, right now Ingram is not getting the love here, so I don't know if that what is up with that. But let's do a little swaparoo. Barrett's definitely going to be our shooting guard. Um, let's see what's going on with his. Okay, yeah, he does definitely plays shooting guard and he won't sub off like that. Okay, so Dick, we're going to take out of the lineup for now. Can definitely should not earn minutes over this guy. So for now, let's just set Ingram up in the matrix. The matrix is still pretty much the same. You can see at the bottom the check mark to see whether or not it's compliant before you go and save and go forward after that. So we're going to need someone off the bench to get some of those minutes of rest. We do want RJ to get the other minutes. So I'm just finishing off the effort needed to just fill out the matrix per every couple minutes of the game itself. So that's important as we go along. Right now, we're compliant in all areas. It's kind of a weird mishmash. Power forward for RJ, and that's pretty weird at times. Let's get Boyle some run over here. Right, and then shooting guard, Dick at times here. We need a backup small forward. Jameson Battle might be able to take some of those minutes from Ingram. We want him to shoot. We'll do that. So we're all greens at the bottom. I feel just for now, let's leave it because we're doing a video. I'll just put store lineup and we'll move along. Let's take a look at for some of the other screens that are key. Stats aren't up yet because we haven't played. Contracts, you can get a great sense of that idea of the salary cap, which is very important projecting out to see where your money is going to be over the course of time. Strategy, this is big for the coaching elements of the game that you care about, right? So Darko's got coach freedom right now. You can see the offensive strategies. These are different types. Perimeter, pace and space, balance. You can kind of see what the tendencies are down here. You can give individual player instructions, defensive matchups. You can go switch man to man, that kind of style, all that good stuff. Let's say if we go switch, and then we try something funky like Colin Murray Boyles, he gets assignments to every. If you say any, it's always the matchup that's next. So we could always ask him as a defensive type player to try to clamp down on, I don't know, Cam Thomas, for example. So let's just leave that. We want to get through the game a bit, show a little bit of how the simming works and the 2D and stuff like that. So last part, team information. On this part, you can see our owners there, all that stuff going on. So let's actually get into a game. All right. And okay, so it doesn't take us back to the that screen. It considers the last screen we were on and honors that. So we want to advance. We want to see the schedule. So the draft rookie class, if it was here, you could import Cooper Flag, not Cooper Flag, sorry, import the next wave, like AJ from BYU and all that. But default, that's going to kind of generate the rookies out of that scouting screen. So now it's making those rookies themselves. Okay, we're back here at the season, at the dates. We want to show a 2D mode of it. Okay, so first of all, this is the first matchups of the season. We don't want stops like this on those situations. Let's take a look at a preview between Ant-Man and the Joker. So you can click on the preview, you can see, well, Denver's 18-point favorite. I'm not sure that it's super accurate, or maybe that home advantage, the way they've been playing, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to play through these games. Joker had 29, Jamal Murray had 32, Ant-Man had 24, and the spread was way off. It was a 12-point win, but taking it down at home, the Nug. Christian Brown, 25, so he's stepping up in that role out of where Porter was out now. And we just want to show what a game looks like for the wraps. So if you're in a 2D mode, a little bit of what those graphics are like. We're not going to play it long. Show a couple of the settings, maybe what the game cast is like there. So here's the Raptors right now. We'll just play our next game. We play the Nets. It's going to sim all around us. I don't know what player is ineligible. We got to go back to the depth chart. It's my fault. Scotty got hurt in practice or something. Oh, that's not good. All right. Well, Murray Boyles is going to get some crazy run here. Let's just yeah, tee him off. Too bad we lost Scotty, but anyways, we're just trying to play one game. And it must be a training camp issue. Practice issue, practice injury. I like to set the tendencies down to about 70%, but it actually is highly accurate to real life and the tendencies. So they're tracking that along the way. All right. Now we're going to see if this lets us go. Of course, there's that draft daily sim if you want to do FanDuel type stuff. That's all.